Should the San Antonio Spurs draft Cobra Khan? No? If he juked somebody, did he just con them? Con artist Knueppel? Knueppel slip? Alright, I'll stop. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Recently did a poll, actually yesterday morning, on who the Spurs should draft at the 8th spot. Of course, we could move up to number 1, top 4, but if we stay at 8, who should we take? And Kon Knueppel was the overall winner. But ironically enough, shortly after this poll went up, Air Alamo did an article on Kon and why they think he should be drafted. So let's get to the article and then I'll answer the question on whether I would like him as our 8th overall pick. If you've watched previous videos, I wasn't really big on him, so has my opinion changed with this article and watching some highlights? Let's go. There's no question in Air Alamo's mind who the Spurs should be targeting first in this year's draft if they don't hit the lottery by landing the number 1 pick or top 4 pick if it's top 4. Ace Bailey, maybe? The silver and black struck gold when they landed Victor Wembanyama, and building the roster around him will take the team where they need to go. So finding a way to bring Kon Knueppel into the fold will assist that mission greatly, okay? And we have some a recent game highlight, which I did watch this, and he had a fantastic game with 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. And watching just those highlights, yes, he can shoot, which I knew. I didn't know he was that good of a passer. Lots of lobs to Malawatch, and Wemby's going to be a bigger target, height-wise. Okay, I see some potential there. I wasn't sold yet, but let's move on in the article, see what else they have to say. Kon Knueppel is showing up big in the NCAA tournament. Well, that's the time to show it big, right? Go big or go home. I hope Spurs fans have been watching these games and paying close attention to Kon. He's always where he's supposed to be on offense and defense, signaling that he's a smart player. I've seen a lot of comments from you guys over the years that this team's basketball IQ is not the best. Having another player with a good basketball IQ certainly couldn't hurt, right? Duke's sharpshooter doesn't have the quickest feet, but he competes hard on every possession. That's good. You can get by on defense with a guy who always plays hard and is on time 10 out of 10 times. All right, that's pretty good, good percentage. That's 100%. The offense he'll bring to the team is exactly what they need. Kon is a 40% three-point shooter who can make defenses pay when they close out too hard, run pick and rolls, throw lobs, and finish around the basket. De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama will collapse defense in ways Kon has never seen before. The number of open looks he'll get playing next to those guys will be a breath of fresh air for a pure shooter like him. Okay, starting to sound good. The soon-to-be Spurs draft pick, all right, he's already being drafted by us, is projected to be the best shooter in his class. San Antonio has struggled with their three-point shooting game for years. We're constantly, aren't we, bottom 3 to 5? It's time to draft a player who's naturally gifted in that area. Don't pick a guy who can't shoot, hoping he'll develop the ability. There's a lot of examples of that. Jeremy Sohan, Blake Wesley, Stefan Castle. Yes, we do that quite often. They've gotten themselves into trouble in the past by going with that model. Yes, we have. The NCAA Final Four is coming up this weekend. Is it? All right. And Kon will have another chance to show his stuff. Every game is like another audition for NBA teams, and Kon is crushing it. Hopefully the front office is taking notice. All right, so let me get into my 2 cents on Kon Knueppel. We need shooting. We all know this, right? We need shooting, we need size, we need a lot of things, but we have some horrible shooters on this team. A lot of guys that are 30% or less from three-point or hover around 30%. Kelvin, I think, is like around 33%. Even Devin, who's supposed to be one of our best three-point shooters, at about 35% this year. Sohan's back down near 30. Castle's under 30. De'Aaron Fox is around 33. We just have a lot of guys that aren't good volume three-point, good three-point shooters, period. If we take him at 8, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of initially, but as I've researched him more, and sometimes I just don't have the time to fully research players. If I'm doing a reaction to a mock draft and a name comes up I hadn't seen mocked to us, and I hadn't seen Kon mocked to us previously to, in the last few weeks I have seen him, and more I keep seeing him being drafted by the Spurs in these mock drafts. I'm like, I need to take a look at this guy because everybody thinks we're taking him. I would be cool with it. My question is, Spurs fans, would he start right away? What's our starting lineup look like if we draft him? What happens with Sohan, Vassell, Barnes? Do we move on from one of them, 2 of them, all 3 of them? And then if we do draft him, obviously a huge team need is still size. Rasheer Fleming, Danny Wolf at 16, Maxime Raymond in the second round, or one of the other centers you guys have mentioned in the comments. Do we sign a big? Miles Turner, Naz Reid, the Dancing Bear, Gershon Yabusele. Look, if we take him, fine, but don't take a guard with your second first round pick if they do use it. And please make sure you get some size in the offseason. I don't want to sit here calling games with you guys and second chance opportunity, third chance opportunity, fourth. I mean, we just give up so many offensive rebounds. Team definitely needs size, but I cannot deny this team needs three-point shooting. And looking forward to next season, looking at the bigs at the roster, I got a feeling Mamu's going to be back. Do you guys? He seems to love being there. Sure, he might still have a limited role, but that's the type of player who's going to have a small contract that can contribute here and there, and then maybe just have one of those anomaly games like he did recently and just absolutely go off. And as far as our other bigs, Charles Bassey, got to move on. I like Charles. We've talked about this in the channel a little bit. He can't stay healthy. He blocked a shot in their last game against the Warriors, which that was a nightmare to watch. I want to thank everybody that stuck with me through that game. I would not have made it from start to finish. We finished that game, that blowout. I would not have made it without you guys, so thank you very much. But Charles Bassey looked like he was in pain shortly after. I swear, and I didn't say anything at the time, but I also saw Spurs Talk mention it. Did he possibly re-injure himself in that game? Is he out again tonight? I haven't looked at the injury report. I'm just off the cuff right now, but we cannot. If we bring him back, what are we doing? He can't stay healthy. It's not necessarily a talent issue. It's an availability issue. And if you're not available, we can't use it. Bismack Biyombo apparently is in the doghouse. I don't know what's going on with him, but I got to assume he's not coming back, which leaves Victor Wembanyama is the only big guy that's over 6'9" on the roster next season. Mamu's under contract, I believe, at the moment. So Mamu comes back, and we can get some other bigs on this team. I know it's not all about big, big, big. Sure, small ball works if you have the shooting to do it. We don't. Even if we draft Kon Knueppel, that one player is not going to change the whole roster or change the whole trajectory of the team. So I think it's going to be a very, very interesting offseason for us with what happens in the lottery, what happens with free agents, etc. Are we going to move on from some players that we didn't think we'd move on from? Brian Wright's already shown us, yeah, he'll move on from guys that we think are part of the future. Derek White, DeJounte Murray, Jakob Poeltl, etc., etc. Granted, that was for going all in on the full rebuild, but I wouldn't be shocked if one guy is moved this summer from either Sohan, Johnson, or Vassell. I don't think we're going to keep all three. I wish them well if it does happen. If they stay, hey, I'll root for them, but we're going to see some major changes on this team. And I'm just going to try to enjoy the ride and hit the news stories as soon as possible when news comes up. So I appreciate y'all. Drop a comment down below. If we draft Kon, what are you thinking? Are you impressed so far? Are you impressed by his performance in the NCAA tournament? Is he the missing piece? Is he a starter right away? I don't know. Let me know. Hit the thumbs up, like, support the channel. See you tonight for the Spurs and Orlando Magic, I think. I think it's Orlando. I think it's 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern. I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going with 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live for it. I'm going to be live for every game this season. We're not going to miss any. All 82. We're going to do it. Awesome. And subscribe if you like to become part of our awesome Spurs community. I thank you, and as always, go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go. 'Cause the Giants